What's up, y'all? This is your boy Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. And we are about to talk about, we're going to get into MMA, which is the aftermath of UFC 298 that went down recently in Anaheim, California at the Honda Center. The Honda Center. And it was the main event. Alexander Volkanovski defending the UFC Featherweight Championship against Ilia Topuria. Let's get it down to the top. Let's go down the card. The fights that actually made interest. It was Amanda Lobos versus Mackenzie Dern. This is another defeat to Mackenzie Dern's resume, and it doesn't look good for her as of right now. She needs a big fight. She needs a big fight over there at strawweight, and she's trying to figure herself out. And these are bad defeats. This is bad defeats. I mean, she lost that in November at Madison Square Garden, and this one she stepped in for Tatiana Suarez, and doesn't look good for her. She needs a big fight. I don't see her getting into a main card. Hopefully she takes a little break. We see her maybe May in Brazil for UFC 301 or in June, wherever UFC 302 is going to be. Moving up, we had Merab. I ain't gonna pronounce his fucking last name. Facing former two-weight division champion at flyweight and bantamweight Henry Cejudo, Triple C, and it was a landslide. Merab schooled out the former double champ. I am so disappointed in fucking Henry Cejudo. He should have been ready. You went in a 5-round battle with his teammate with the former bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling last May, and it went to a split decision. That's 3 years off. That's Cejudo coming straight off the couch from being a husband and a father, and all of a sudden now you face the number one contender. You could have been right there in the winner of Chito Vera and Sean O'Malley, which that fight takes place next month in Miami, and no, took the gloves off and they didn't give him his shine. He said if he loses, he was going to retire. He's no longer retired. Well, I mean, personally, I think he should retire. But I think he wanted that moment to get on the mic to give us another fucking retirement speech. If you guys remember, during the pandemic, he defended the bantamweight championship against Dominic Cruz. Won the fight by knockout. Gave us the whole retirement. Giving up the gloves, thanking the UFC, Dana White, and all that shit. You ain't gonna do that shit again, bro. Just retire, go home. Go be a dad, go be a husband. You know what I mean? You ain't come here to fight. You know what I mean? You're here trying to win the bantamweight championship again, and then go off to featherweight to get that title to be a 3-weight champion, which I don't see that happening. I think he's pretty much done. So move on. Bye, Cejudo. And co-main event was Robert Whitaker, the Reaper, former middleweight champion, going up against Paulo Costa. Yeah, I don't know what we do right now, where we go. Robert Whitaker did his thing. He got the W. In my opinion, I think he should face former middleweight champion Sean Strickland. Makes sense, actually. You should make that fight somewhere in June or International Fight Week, but I think Whitaker earned his stripes to face maybe Strickland, because that's of course that's a top 5 fighter in the middleweight division. Where does Paulo Costa go from here? Shit. I mean, you don't go to Adesanya. I mean, he already fucking beat you, raped you, whatever. You already lost to Whitaker. We've been waiting fucking almost a year for that fight, and then we finally got it, and now we're moving on. You definitely don't get a title shot against Dricus du Plessis, and I don't know, maybe we should get the fight that we should have got at Saudi Arabia. I think it's time. Paulo Costa steps into the cage against Hamzat Chimaev. Hamzat Chimaev has been calling out for the middleweight championship. He deserves a shot. I don't fucking think so. You had a chance to prove that by doing something impressive against former welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. And Kamaru moved up at 185 for first time in the UFC, and look what he did. You had an outstanding first round, possibly second round, but You got your ass handed to you in the third round. No fucking reason you should be getting a shot at the title. But you need to prove yourself. You need to fight a top-ranked contender. I agree he should at middleweight. And that top-ranked contender should be Paulo Costa. We should get that in Brazil. I think Paulo Costa came out unscathed. I don't think Khamzat Chimaev could fight in the U.S., but what about Brazil? We just got a word that at UFC 301, they're going back to Rio de Janeiro, and I think we should get that. I think we should get Costa versus Khamzat Chimaev. Big top rank type of fight. You know what I mean? Who maybe can get 2 fights in and maybe get a shot, you know, depending on who comes out the winner of this. But I think we get a slugfest with that fight. You know what I mean? Going to the main event, Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria. Holy shit. Ilia literally talked his shit, said he was going to knock this motherfucker out, and he did it. He didn't do it in the first round, but he did it in round 2. Right in the jaw. Holy shit. We got our first UFC champion from Spain. And there's already talks of going to Spain for a pay-per-view so Ilia can rematch possibly Alexander Volkanovski. I think, and I'm just being on the fair safe on this, I was going for Ilia Topuria. I was going for him to win the championship. I mean, it's 4 fights. 4 fights in 1 year for Alexander Volkanovski. He went to lightweight in February, lost a split decision to Islam Makhachev. Then he went back to 45 to defend the title against Yair Rodriguez back in July as the main event. Then he took a fight on short notice in a rematch against Makhachev, again at lightweight, 155. Then he's going back down again to 145 to fight Ilia Topuria. That's 4 fights. You're going up and down, up and down. Not to mention his last fight, he got his head taken off with a head kick and a knockout. And so I didn't really see him getting over that knockout. You know what I mean? And yeah. So congratulations to Ilia Topuria, new UFC featherweight champion, 5th champion in history. And I'm really looking forward to for the first UFC event to go to Spain, and you got a world champion to defend that title. But don't sleep on it. Spain does not skip over what DDP Dricus du Plessis did last month against Sean Strickland. You got a South African champion. Let's get a fucking UFC event to South Africa and Spain in that order. Moving on, it was just announced finally we have a main event for UFC 300. It is Alex Pereira defending the light heavyweight championship against Jamal Hill. Holy shit, I am fucking losing my goddamn mind for this fight. Main event, UFC 300, April 13th in Las Vegas. We finally get it. Jamal Hill has been cleared from his Achilles injury that made him forfeit the light heavyweight championship. Pereira won the championship fighting Prochazka, Yuri Prochazka. And I think we got a firework championship. I know everybody was talking about Conor McGregor and fucking somebody, you know, like GSP, you know, doing the whole main event. Why? We need somebody fresh, a big championship fight. UFC 200, we got screwed out of that with John Jones and fucking Daniel Cormier for the light heavyweight title. Not shitting on Miesha Tate or Amanda Nunes. It was a great main event, but it was not what we were looking for at that time. Not to mention, UFC 100, we have to beat that, okay? Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir, heavyweight championship. That was the main events of main events. I am so fucking looking forward to this. Congratulations to Dana White, Alex Pereira, and Jamal Hill for fucking making this happen. Light heavyweight title, UFC 300 is fucking going down. And I'm your boy Jackson. That's the Drop That Podcast. We are out of here. This was a great MMA episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can go find us on youtube.com/@Drop That Podcast. Click that subscribe button. We talking boxing, MMA, pro wrestling, film and television, hip hop. We all about it. Fuck that. And you can find us talking our shit on X, formerly known as Twitter, at x.com/@DropThatPod_13. I'm your boy Jax. You guys have a safe one, all right? Later.